Well, welcome back everybody. Had to take a quick run this morning, drop off some eggs. It was a good opportunity to fire the UTV up, make sure that battery was charged, and just take it for a spin. It was pretty chilly this morning. When I woke up it was 8 degrees. By the time I ran those eggs down it was around 18 degrees or so. So it was a little chilly, but it's still a fun ride. Got to go play in the snow a little bit. And thought I would give everybody a quick update since we haven't really posted a video in a couple weeks. Been just one of those months that seemed to have kind of gotten away from us. Pretty much, well, everybody in the household did get sick. Got the flu bug, not the stomach flu, but actual influenza. And we were all staggered a couple days apart, so it was kind of a miserable week and a half there. Still not feeling 100%. Got a little cough hanging on. I don't know why. Me and my son seemed like the last ones to recover from this thing, but I think we were the last ones to get it too. But the cough just kind of seems to be hanging on. But you know, it is what it is. And then this happened. How'd that happen?
I fell out of an airplane.
You fell out of an airplane?
Uh-huh.
Wow. So how he managed that was at school, of course. They've got this, I guess, kind of a teeter-totter spring-loaded thing that's shaped like an airplane. So he loves to go around and tell everybody he fell out of an airplane is how he broke his arm. And what happened was him and another boy were, playing around. He was up on the thing, and one thing led to another, and he fell out of it, landed just right, and broke his bone right at the elbow. And man, he is one tough little dude. We took him to the hospital, and he was fussing some about it, but not really crying or anything. And took him into the x-ray room, and they had to move his arm around to get several different angles. And you could tell it was hurting him pretty good. He kept wincing and making faces, but he never did cry the whole time he was there. I was like, wow, dude, you're tough. Because when the x-rays came back, it was pretty clear that it had broke completely, that bottom bone right at the elbow joint, and kind of splintered it up too. And man, the whole time they were putting that splint thing on, because they had to splint it for a few days and let the swelling go down, then put the cast on. And so the whole time didn't complain a bit about it. Man, like I said, tough little dude. I see my battery's about to die on my mic, so I got to change that. Okay, back with some fresh batteries. Anyway, the guy's a tough little guy. He hasn't been complaining at all about that thing. He's still playing basketball. He's on, like a little pee-wee squad at church. There's a program called Upwards, and he's playing basketball there. And he missed one game, but he's back playing with one hand. And of course, 5, 6-year-olds, they're not really grasping the whole concept of basketball necessarily, but he's still giving it a go. He's actually doing really well dribbling with one hand and making shots one-handed. All the kids are kind of just stand back and let him give him a chance to make a basket. So it's pretty fun to watch. So the other thing I've been working on as I have time is trying to organize my shop and make it more usable. And I know one of the problems, if you look at some of the videos from before, you can tell things are just disorganized. Things don't have homes. And one of the problems is I'm not the most organized guy in the world. My mind kind of goes 100 miles an hour thinking about the next project. So when I finish one project, I don't even bother trying to put anything away. I just jump to the next project. Pretty soon, you've just got a complete mess if you keep doing that, which is what I pretty much had. And the other problem is I'm one of those guys that I find stuff at auctions or yard sales or whatever, and I may get it at a great price. Do I really need it? Probably not. I may needed it for a project I did 4 projects ago, and I think, wow, man, I wish I would have had that then, so I'll buy whatever it is, bring it home, hoping that I'll need it for another project, then it just sits there. So a lot of my shelves were just completely full of stuff that I hadn't touched in 10 years. So I've been going through that. I threw garbage can after garbage can of old screws, nails that no possible way I would have ever used them. I tried to give them away, nobody wanted them, so a lot of them either wound up going to recycling or in the garbage. And so I've been doing that, trying to organize that and create homes for the things that I do use so they have a place to go when I'm done with them. That was one of my main problems before, was even though I may have wanted to put the stuff away, it just really didn't have a home to go to. So that's what I've been working on. And a lot of this has just been kind of a prototype. Just throw stuff together with some old plywood, left scraps that I had left over. That's how I wound up cutting my thumb, was building a shelf that's right behind me, was doing one of those projects. And so some of that was just scrap wood, kind of making a prototype, see how I like the layout. If I really like it, I may make something more permanent, or that just may become permanent. I don't know yet. But let me take you for a little tour over here and show you what I've done to try and improve this situation some and create some sense of organization so I can come out here and actually enjoy myself instead of being frustrated for hours trying to figure out where I put that item that I need. So let's go take a look. So real quick, the first thing I needed to do was get rid of these shelves that things just get shoved in the back, and then you don't see it for 5 years. Stuff just goes back there to die. And so I needed to change that, and I think drawers are the answer to most of this. And in fact, most of these shelving units, I'm probably going to change to pull-out drawers on almost all of it. I just wanted to try a few to start with and see what I thought about it. So far, I really, really like this idea. So this is kind of the screw drawer that commonly used screws. And again, I'm still playing with this, trying to figure out how I'm going to exactly use this setup. But, you know, my brad nails and staples and everything are over on this side. Screws are over here. I would have changed this just a little bit, and I may still do it and make these a little bigger so I can get these boxes in a little easier. I just started with something to give it a try. And this stuff here is just leftover laminate flooring from from Costco that we put in the house. And let me say that if you're ever thinking about buying laminate flooring from Costco, don't do it. Terrible idea. Hate the stuff. Never will I do it again. And I've had laminate flooring before from Wilson Art and I think Pergo and a couple other companies. Never really had an issue with it. This stuff is absolute freaking garbage. I can't say enough bad things about this stuff, and I've never had a problem with laminate flooring before. This stuff pops apart all the time. I hate it. But anyway, I had some scrap pieces left over, and it works great for this. Just cut some dados in it like this, locked together. Made these little dividers in here. It works really well. And again, I may wind up changing this or pulling one of these dividers out and making one set of these a little bigger so these boxes fit in a little better. But so far, it's been a great addition to the shop to have one place to come grab your commonly used screws and washers and nails and stuff. And then right below it, I made this just a little deeper than these acro bins, because before on the wall I had this thing and the acro bins hung on it. I hated it because everything got in them. They were up high enough I couldn't see what was in them. You reach in there, there's spider webs and dust, and terrible idea. This works out really well, and I'm going to make at least one more set or two sets of drawers like this just for these things. Works really good to just throw stuff. You can pick the whole bin up, take it out, or just reach in and grab a particular item. So working out really well. So much better than up on the wall. The other thing is my finishes were all kind of jammed into one shelf here. There's some up on another shelf, but I wanted an easier way to access them. Again, a drawer, excellent idea. Pull it out, you can see everything you've got. All my spray paints are over here. Finishes are there. Again, I'm going to build another one of these further over that way to put the rest of the finishes in. But the most commonly used stuff I just throw in here. It's easy to access, full pull-out drawers. Those drawer slides, I think I got them on Amazon. A box of 10 pairs for like $45 or so. They'll supposedly hold 100 pounds or a little over 100 pounds. And no complaints with them. I mean, they actually work really well. The only thing I wish I would have bought, I think these are 18 inch. I wish I would have bought the 20 inch for this project. And I actually did order some more 20 inch ones. When I build the rest of these drawers, that's what I'll use. Now here, I really haven't populated this yet because I'm still playing with what I want in here. But I know for sure this is going to be my measurements drawer and some commonly used things down below here. This idea here, I'm trying to remember where I got it from. It might have been the Wood Whisperer in his shop. He used something similar to this, but this slider on the top, outstanding idea. You can put things below that you don't use quite as often, but the things you use all the time are right here. I may still change this and put a magnet. Let me move the camera down just a little bit. Put a magnet right here in so it'll grab the screw and hold it, because once in a while, see, I grease this up with Minwax on these sliders, and so it slides really easy, almost too easy, so it almost needs a magnet there, but so far it's been working okay. But again, I'm playing around with what I want in here, and once I figured out this is going to be my go-to drawer most days that I'm in the shop, and so far it's working really, really well. So over there, that is stuff that I want to keep. I've already sorted through it. It's stuff that I want to keep around because, especially when you live out like this, you don't always want to have to run down the hardware store for every little thing. So I like to have a large assortment of nails and screws. And I've thrown a whole bunch of it away. Stuff that I know I might use it someday, but probably not. This is stuff that has a higher probability of being used. So I want to keep it. But it needs to be better organized. And with shelves, it seems like no matter what you do, it's never going to be very organized. So I'm going to take all of that out and put drawers in. It's going to be an upcoming video on how to make these drawers fast, easy, and simple. And that's what's going to happen to that whole area. All those caulking tubes, nails, screws, be in pull-out drawers that's easy to access. You can see what you've got. And so, yeah, future video, hopefully in the next month, we'll get around to doing that. As soon as I get some free time to do it, I need to change that and better organize that situation. So this is the project I was working on when I cut my thumb. Well, how's this thing actually working out for me? You know, in reality, it's working way better than I thought it would because I just threw it together with a bunch of scrap plywood, and it started out with just being one shelf. And I thought, well, let's put this over here and put this on and put this on. So it's completely piecemeal together. There was really no forethought in the process. I just knew I needed to change the way things were working and get all my woodworking tools in one location, which right now everything's now over in this corner for my woodworking area, which, let me tell you, it freed up so much space in my toolbox to put metalworking tools and like car tools, mechanic tools, all that kind of things is now over in that corner. Woodworking's over here, my metalworking's over there. Even though it's still not completely organized, it's helped tremendously. And like I said, this thing is just completely piecemealed together, but it's working really well. You know, I may change it down the road into something more permanent and better looking, but for now it's going to stay. It's functional. I like it. So the other new addition to the shop was this cabinet. I needed a place for commonly used items to have a home, and I'm not completely set on what's going to be in here yet. I've just been kind of playing around putting different things in here, if this is where I want it. But it created a lot of space for me to give things a home to live in, and so far, so good with this. And this is just made out of simple Baltic birch plywood with some cherry scraps that I had for the outside edge. Now these things are cherry little accents, but the main reason is these hinges, I forgot that you drill a 1/2 inch in to mount those European style hinges. Well, this is 1/2 inch plywood, so I needed a way to hide the hole that was there. So these things, I glued these on, then drilled the holes, and it actually wound up looking more like decoration than, hey, you screwed up. So the next set of cabinets I make for in here, it's going to have that same look to it, but it turned out really nice. And then right over here, holders for screwdrivers. Originally, I was going to make these out of blocks of wood. Sorry for the sun coming through the window. But all the Phillips here, flat-bladed stuff here, Torx, square drive up there, a spot for my squares to live. And then these things, I made a little solid block of wood for them to sit in. I don't know where I got these. Let's turn this a little bit so we're out of the sun. These things, I use these things all the time. They're different thicknesses. They're precision made. I think I got them from Rockler. I'm not really sure. Had them for years. And they come in 1/2 inch, 3/8, 1/4 inch and on down. And it's just an easy way to gauge your blade height and different things. Super handy. I wanted a spot for those to be easily accessible, so they're right there with the screwdrivers. And this is just 1/4 inch plywood sandwiched between a couple pieces of pine board. I wanted to try this before I bothered drilling solid blocks of wood out. And so far I really like it, but I'm almost thinking, why bother with the solid blocks of wood? That's working so well. So besides all these additions to the workshop, my wife, for my birthday, bought me this really nice tripod. I think you say it Geekoto. I'll put a link in the description below to Amazon. We don't have affiliate links yet. I don't think we have enough subscribers to do it or whatever. Anyway, it's just a link to this thing. It's carbon fiber, super lightweight. The thing that I really like about it the most is it extends up very high. Well, I think 79 inches tall. Most tripods are fairly short, and I'm 5'11". I'm not super tall, but I always felt like I was kind of hunching down to get eye level with the camera. This thing, it's not all the way extended by any means, and it's just perfect eye level for me. It goes quite a bit taller than I am. Super nice tripod, folds up into a very small little package, and I can throw it in a backpack really easy. Later, after I use it a little more, I'll give you a better review of what I think about it. So far, I really like it. Only been using it, I have just playing with it in the office. This is the first day I've actually had the camera on it, using it, and so far, I really like it. If you want the model number, hold on, it's on the back side. It's a CT25 Pro, so really nice little tripod. Now, besides this nice tripod that my wife got me for my birthday, and I don't know what she's trying to bribe me for here. No, you're not getting any more kids. She got me something for Valentine's Day. I mean, Valentine's Day, really? Usually that's not the guy's holiday. I just got to find it. A SIG P365. For those of you who don't know, P365 is a subcompact 9mm pistol, about the same size as a Smith & Wesson Shield. It just holds quite a few more rounds. With the extended magazine and one in the tube, that's 13 rounds in that little guy. Now, I haven't been carrying it yet because I like to put about 500 to 1,000 rounds through one of these before I go carrying it, because I want to make sure if I need it, the thing works. So until I have time to put enough rounds to it, I'm not going to carry it. And I'd love to break it out and show it to you, but YouTube and pew-pews, they don't seem to like it. But on an upcoming video, I think I'll just do a little video quickly about it. So if it gets demonetized, it's no big deal. But anyway, best wife in the world. Can't complain at all about what she's getting me for presents, for sure. Other thing that showed up in the mail, a little brand I'm going to have to try out. I'm trying to remember the name of the company, and I'll put it in the link below. I think it was brandsomething.com. I don't know. I'll put it in the link below. We'll have to give this a try on an upcoming video, but it looks super cool. Well, that's pretty much all I have for today. I just wanted to give everybody a quick update, little shop tour of what I've been doing out here. let it, you know that we haven't fell off the face of the planet. The flu didn't kill us off, so we're still here, hoping to get back on a regular schedule here before too long. I've got all kinds of projects in my head to do out here in the shop. Spring's coming. I need to order my trees to replace the trees that were killed last year. I'm hoping that the voles haven't killed any more trees this year. I haven't went out and looked. It's one of those things, I just don't want to look. I tried to get them killed off. I don't know. We'll see if they got any more trees, but I need to order some trees and get that spring process started. It's just around the corner. Even though we're getting more snow this weekend, it sounds like. I want to say this. The weather forecasting, I don't think has ever been worse. I don't know what it is about this little corner in Oregon. They cannot seem to get any accuracy at all when it comes to winter storms. It's always been pretty bad. This year's been even worse. We get these predictions. Oh, you're going to get 5, 6, 8 inches, and then we get 1, 2, no inches, and then it just pours rain. I think it was about a week ago. We got over, according to my rain gauge, over 2 inches of rain out here. Like if that would have been snow, we would have had lots of snow, but we've got a little bit of snow on the ground. Supposed to get more this weekend. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next video. Have a great day.